Lord said to Moses, "I will strike Pharaoh and the land of Egypt with one more blow. After that, Pharaoh will let you leave this country. In fact, he will be so eager to get rid of you that he will force you all to leave. Tell all the Israelite men and women to ask their Egyptian neighbors for articles of silver and gold." Now the Lord had caused the Egyptians to look favorably on the people of Israel, and Moses was considered a very great man in the land of Egypt, respected by Pharaoh's officials and the Egyptian people alike. Moses had announced to Pharaoh, "This is what the Lord says. At midnight tonight I will pass through the heart of Egypt. All the firstborn sons will die in every family in Egypt, from the oldest son of Pharaoh, who sits on his throne, to the oldest son of his lowliest servant girl who grinds the flour. Even the firstborn of all the livestock will die." Then a loud wail will rise throughout the land of Egypt, a wail like no one has heard before or will ever hear again. But among the Israelites, it will be so peaceful that not even a dog will bark. Then you will know that the Lord makes a distinction between the Egyptians and the Israelites. All the officials of Egypt will run to me and fall to the ground before me. "Please leave," they will beg. "Hurry and take all your followers with you. Only then will I go." Then, burning with anger, Moses left Pharaoh. Now the Lord had told Moses earlier, "Pharaoh will not listen to you, but then I will do even more mighty miracles in the land of Egypt." Moses and Aaron performed these miracles in Pharaoh's presence, but the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he wouldn't let the Israelites leave the country.
Today we're diving into one of the most intense chapters in the book of Exodus, chapter 11. It's the moment right before the final plague, when God announces the death of all Egypt's firstborn. There's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, this chapter is short, but the tension is sky high. I mean, the buildup has been dramatic, plague after plague, and now we're at the point where God says essentially, this is it, the final blow.
Exactly. And it starts with God telling Moses that Pharaoh will finally let the people go, but only after this last devastating act. It's interesting that Pharaoh, who has been so stubborn, will end up forcing them to leave.
That shift in power is massive. For most of the story, Pharaoh's had control. But here, God flips the script. And he even instructs the Israelites to ask their Egyptian neighbors for silver and gold, which they actually give. That's wild to think about.
Right? It's like a preview of the Exodus economy. God's people leaving not as slaves sneaking out, but as a respected people being sent off with gifts. It says the Egyptians looked favorably on them. That's a total reversal from how things started.
And Moses is now described as a man greatly respected in Egypt, even by Pharaoh's officials. That's a big deal considering just a few chapters earlier, he was basically on the run.
Then Moses delivers this terrifying message to Pharaoh. At midnight, every firstborn in Egypt will die. Everyone from Pharaoh's own son to the lowest servant's child, even the livestock.
That's a brutal announcement. And yet, what stands out to me is how specific and fair the judgment is. It's not random, it's targeted, and it draws a clear line. God is making a distinction between Egypt and Israel.
That part where it says, "Not even a dog will bark among the Israelites," that really emphasizes the contrast. Total chaos in Egypt, complete peace in Goshen.
It's haunting, but also powerful. God's justice here isn't just punishment. It's about revealing his sovereignty. He's not just freeing his people, he's making a statement to the world.
And yet, even after all of that, we read that Pharaoh's heart is still hardened. He won't let them go. I mean, talk about stubbornness to the extreme.
I've always wrestled with that. Like Pharaoh sees miracle after miracle, devastation after devastation, and still resists. It's almost like God is showing how far human pride can go.
Or maybe it's a mirror for us, how we sometimes cling to our own control even when everything's crumbling. We want to be Pharaoh on the throne, even when it's costing us everything.
That's deep. And Moses, after giving that message, leaves Pharaoh burning with anger. I wonder if it's anger at Pharaoh or at the whole situation.
Could be both. Maybe even frustration. Moses knows what's coming. This isn't just about political freedom anymore. It's about life and death.
There's also a really sobering weight here. God told Moses from the start, Pharaoh won't listen, that these signs would escalate, but the hardening would remain.
Which raises a tough question. Why would God allow that? Why not just free the people immediately?
Maybe to reveal something about justice, or about the cost of liberation. Sometimes deliverance isn't clean or quick. It shakes the foundations.
And we're left with the quiet before the storm. The final plague hasn't happened yet, but it's right on the horizon. It's like the stillness before midnight.
Yeah, and I think there's a deeper reflection here too. What does it mean to recognize when it's time to let go? Of control, of pride, of what's holding us back?
Or even to ask, are there places in our lives where we've hardened our hearts to truth, even when the signs are clear?
That's a good question to sit with. And maybe also, how do we respond when justice feels delayed? Do we lose faith, or do we trust the process, even when it's painful?
Listeners, we'd love to hear your thoughts. How do you process a passage like this? Does it challenge your understanding of justice or deliverance?
And do you see any parallels in your life where, like Pharaoh, you've resisted a change you knew needed to happen?
Thanks for joining us today as we unpacked Exodus 11. Next time, we step into the night of the Passover itself. It's going to be intense.
Don't miss it. Until then, take care and keep your heart open.